I have a friend. Her name is Brittany. We deployed together. It was what the Marine Corps would call a fake deployment. We went on the 31st MEU, and that was her only deployment. Okay, she hurt her hip, legitimately hurt her hip. She was my junior Marine. I can vouch that she hurt her hip because of the Marine Corps, point blank. She refuses to submit for VA disability for the exact same reasons, right? And from her perspective, so she was a junior Marine. At this point, I was a sergeant. This was my 6th deployment. I've been to Afghan twice. I went to Syria, I went to Somalia, and in Syria, I was going back and forth from Iraq. And what she said to me was, there are some like you who really deserve it, not me. The funny thing is, and I didn't share this with her, but in my mind, one of my seniors, his name is Pete. In the Marine Corps infantry world, depending on when they were in and what unit they're with, especially in Afghan, like I can tell you exactly which battles 1-6 was in 2010, just because that history of how the battlefield developed. And so he was in 2010 of Marja, which was the biggest operation for the Marine Corps in Helmand Province, and stuff went down. I did things. Pete really did things. And so I was talking to Pete before I was talking to Brittany, and he was talking to me about VA disability. And I was like, dude, you should file. Like, if there was a tier, I'm way down here. I see him as Captain America. Like, he's my Captain America, right? I didn't do anything compared to him, and he's got some issues. And I'm like, dude, that made me feel bad. So Brittany is looking at me as she's feeling bad. I'm on this pedestal. I'm looking at Pete where I'm feeling bad. I'm putting him on this pedestal. And Pete said, well, there are people he deployed with in 1-6 and 3-6 that lost limbs, that lost their life. And I'm like, dude, it never
ends. You have to die. Yeah. You just have to die. That's it.
You at least need missing limbs, right?
Right.
And so I didn't really think about it like that until you said that, and then I thought about what Brittany told me. I'm gonna text her. Right after this, I'm gonna text her and say, "Hey, you should file. Please do that." And then I'm gonna check on Pete and see if he filed. But I think that puts some perspective of, we don't make the rules. These are your benefits, and you either apply for them or you don't. And it's my opinion that every veteran, even if it's a 0, hips are rated weird, Brittany would probably get 0% for her hips, like a 0, 0, and a 10 hips. You can have 3 ratings for the hips. I won't get into that. So even though it's only a 10%, right, I would still advocate for that Marine to submit for their benefits. Anyways, that's just a random rant I wanted to bring up.
Love it.
If you have any final thoughts, go ahead and then close out if you want.
Yeah. That's amazing, the real life story of it, right? And I think that all of that kind of comes from our, we'll call it conditioning into the military, right? So whether you realize it or not, we were being conditioned for a certain mindset the whole time, right? And it's just implemented, honed in. And I think it even goes to the fact that not even for filing disability claims, it's just, and I've said this before, you talk to somebody who was in whatever, and they're like, oh, well, I was just in the reserves, which is still more than most people in the US ever do.
Yeah.
Then it's, oh, well, I was active duty, but I never went anywhere. I mean, nothing doesn't even count. Okay, well, then the fake deployment, right? So I in the Marine Corps, I went to Japan twice, right? 6 months, came back, 6 months, came back. And, so that doesn't even count. Yeah, I'm nobody.
Yeah.
Then it's, I went to, wherever. I went to the Middle East, pick your spot. But I was so far back, everything's already, the dust had settled, and we were just there to be there. And then it's like, oh, I was there, but I never left the wire. There's some mortars that kind of landed by us, but not a big deal. And it just keeps going. I left the wire, but nothing ever happened. Oh, I left the wire. We had an IED go off, but nothing, it's fine. And it just keeps going until finally it's like, oh, I went and I'm dead. And then, oh, okay, well then you were the one who gets it. And it's like, it's this weird mindset, I think, that we have with somebody's, endure the suck. Somebody has worse off than you. Don't worry about it. Rub some dirt on it. All of those things. And then that translates into the VA process system, because in a weird way, we put our military hat back on, or cover back on, as we start thinking about doing these things with VA. And it's like all these old feelings come back, even in a subconscious level. And it hurts us. At the end of the day, if you don't file for yourself, you are hurting others. Everybody who's coming behind you is going to be less off because there's one less of us that's helping to pave the road, right? Think about it like we're building a brick road, right? And every one of us gets one brick. And if we file our claim, we get to put the brick down. And so that's what's happening for everybody behind us. And if you don't do your part, the road's going to fall apart. So it's a very important thing. And those benefits are there for a reason. And they're there because you served, you wrote the same blank check everybody else did, and you had zero say on what your military career was going to look like. You don't get to pick typically where you get to go, when you get to go, if something's happening, if something's not happening, if something ends, if something starts. You're just, Joe Snuffy or Jane Snuffy, E1, E2. Here I am, So don't look at it that way. You got to look at this as, what it really is. It's the benefits for you obligating yourself at the highest level for whatever the federal government needs of you at that time. And because of that, these benefits are now available. And in some cases, it could be a multi-million, with an M, multi-million-dollar benefit that people are leaving on the table. And every single day, week, month, year that goes by that you don't file, you're losing out on tens of thousands of dollars. It is eroding every single moment that passes by. Don't let that happen. If you have a loved one who served that hasn't filed, share this with them. Have those conversations. Poke that bear. That's the bear you need to poke, right? So with that, we really appreciate you. Any last thoughts, Clay, before we close it out?
No, I think that of all the videos we've done on this channel and our personal channels, that's got to be the best closing statement I've ever heard. So I couldn't agree more.